All right, guys, so like I said, we're going to be transforming this area. This is where I grew our garden, I believe it was 2 summers ago. So what we're going to do is clear all this stuff out, guys, and get it all tilled out, get it prepared. Had a discussion with my brother. We're going to do a spring garden. I'm like, dude, there's only 2 seasons here in Florida, hot and cold. I know those ain't seasons, right? So you know what, you're missing spring garden. Just go ahead and put your spring in as soon as the weather's better, but it's going to heat up really fast here in our area. It turns summer like no time. Guys, so now we got the easy part done. Now comes the actual manual labor. We got to organize our rows and stuff like that. Now the question may be there, why are you growing a garden? Thought you said you weren't going to grow a garden this year. I wasn't going to grow a garden this year. The fact is, though, with everything going on across the world and the threat of war, it's a pretty good idea to go ahead and put it in. Now, as preppers, we store up food. We have plenty of food. But you also need to be able to have a garden growing. It extends your food. Our prep food, our canned goods, dry goods, that's to last us in between growing season. It takes a while to grow. It takes a while to grow to harvest and also grow into seed. So 2 years ago, we grew to seed on most of our crops. And those are the seeds that we'll be using this year. So getting a garden, I know it's actually not a big garden. It kind of looks like it. It's not. We're expecting 5 people, and that's not feeding all 5 people out of this little garden. This is just to help break up our stored stocks. That's it. This right here is not enough to feed 5 people year round. It's definitely not. So it helps with our food preps. So that's what we're working on this. I got to rake all these rows out, get the rows spaced out, get all these roots and stuff up out of here. And then we're gonna see about wrapping it maybe with some plastic or something like that, try to kill off some of the vegetation that's in here. And then we'll be planting seeds or seedlings. All right, let me get to it. Alright guys, So we're getting plastic over our major mounds that has a lot of grassy material in it. I'm hoping that it'll kill it off. About a week, maybe. We'll just keep checking it, see how much we get killed off. I'm throwing some dirt over right now because we do have a lot of wind here in Florida, and I don't want my plastic gone because that stuff's not cheap. So burying that stuff, a little bit of dirt, and we got a total of 11 rolls. Now I know you might say, well dude, that's not much, and really it's not. Let me bring you in closer. So last time I grew out here, I ran into a big issue of the rows were just way too close, and grass and stuff was growing in between it, and I wound up opening up the rows just so I can get a mower through here. I tried cardboard, things like that. This crabgrass stuff in Florida, it grows like crazy. If it can touch it, it's gonna grow. So we separated enough, let's see here, in between rows, about shoulder width apart, maybe just a little bit more. And that way I can get a mower through here and actually get some good weeding done, because last time I grew here, I was spending more time weeding the garden than anything else. Now what I'm gonna wind up doing, all this plastic, I'm gonna put between the rows when we open up these rows, and then I'm gonna bury it, and hopefully that does help, along with cardboard in between, because like I said, last spring, last summer, last fall, well, last time I grew here, it's been 2 seasons ago, I was fighting the weed all the time. I was always out here weeding. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good crops in this year. Don't know, it all depends on the weather. We got seeds and everything. We got some seedlings going too. Not really sure what all we're putting in the ground yet. I'm getting over with my brother. This is a combined effort between me and him. And we're gonna plan some things out. We'll be probably gonna be canning what we bring in. Just depends on what goes on in the world. We might be having to eat it directly out of this thing. We don't know yet. A lot of stuff's going on overseas with Russia, and I just don't trust it. All right, so gardening's good anyway. It's a hit and miss on gardening unless you've been doing it all your life. I haven't done it all my life. I grew up doing it, grew up in farmland. So there's always things, new challenges you're always running into, but we'll give it a shot this year.